Hello from HW Group. Let me introduce Perseus 140. This is basically small Perseus for small installations. It's not dedicated for 1U montage in the 19-inch cabinet, but it's used in small data centers, IT server rooms, and so on in many applications like that. This Perseus has many interfaces. First of all, there is RS485 port. This port is capable to use either products from HW Group, either third-party products with Modbus RTU. So you can connect this kind of temperature sensor, or you can connect standard electricity meter with RS485 port, which is quite added value for big projects. Above that, there is water leak detection zone. So you can connect either sensing cable type A or new sensing cable type B, which is a bit cheaper and it's more thin, to detect water up to 200 meters from the device itself. Standard digital inputs are there, standard digital outputs, which can be connected to the local scripting by Lua script or things like that. Ethernet port with several features either on OpenAPI, and RJ11 sensors in 4 ports. Good. So you can see there is really a lot of sensors available in Perseus Monitoring 140. Let's go in details. So on the input side, we have 4 physical sensors or sources of data. So one wire RJ11, RTU, Modbus RS485 digital inputs, and water leak zone detection. There are 2 relay outputs, and what's quite new is the HWG XML devices input. Basically, a standard STE2 connected to the same LAN network with a Perseus can be monitored by this Perseus 140, and Perseus is reading data of the sensors on this STE2. So altogether, you can choose which one of them will be used, and that's quite beneficial solution. Generally, this is something we called Perseus Meters API. So on the input, you can get even the generic Modbus TCP products, MQTT or SNMP on third-party products again. On the output, the physical sensors can be shared by OpenAPI, so BACnet or MQTT or SNMP or standard protocols as usual, which is common in HW Group. Let me remind that we support still SMTP server, but we do not recommend to use public SMTP servers, and we prefer our customers will use the portal solution by HW Group, either free of charge or either paid, and the emails are much more reliable from long-term perspective. What's quite new is a feature we call remote config. Basically, the same local device web graphical user interface, which are using for the setup of the device on the local network, can be now opened in the portal. So in the portal, you can make full configuration of the device, even firmware upgrades, configuration backup, and so on. And that's something you can open in the SensDesk.com or other portals. These features require a portal, but can be used even with third-party portals. So except HWG Cloud, more or less every portal supports this feature. So let's summarize what's most important. First, Perseus 140 is the top-selling product for the Perseus family right now. It supports all the features like all the other Perseus. It's a universal one-box solution for either IT, either industrial, either facility solutions. And it's quite scalable for large installations. It's very fast deployment without complex configuration, so it's very fast on the market. There is high flexibility in sensors connectivity, so many data sources are available there. The portal is just an option. We have 4 options: SensDesk.com, HWGcloud.com, third-party portals, there is many of them, something like 60, and on-premise, so you can run your own portal in your own environment if you need that. The API exists in 3 versions, so basically device open API, so the physical sensors can be shared by SNMP or XML. The meters API means the API for getting the values to the Perseus. So am I reading the values, I can process them inside the system. And even the portal itself has open API for the output data. So all sensors and all data in your team account can share this data through the open API. So typically, this is the way how to connect the mobile app in your packet to your devices. And even if the device doesn't work or something like that in your mobile app, you will see the values every time. The mobile app HWG Monitor, available for either Android, either iPhone. And let me remind, Perseus has a WLD port, so you can connect a simple water leak detection sensing cable. And for this kind of cables, we have now new accessories. So in this case, there is a cover strip, so you can place to the walk-in space. Or we have a special poro tape, so you can glue to the ground or something like that. So in the end of the day, it helps you to make installation of the sensing cable for the water detection much faster. Let's summary 7 Perseus models we have currently available for the customers. Perseus 140 and 145, the difference is only by the LTE. So 140 is without LTE, 145 is with LTE inside. All the other features are basically the same. So 4 RJ11 ports, RTU sensors, and WLD zone, digital input, and relay output. So that's all for today about the Perseus 140. Let me thank you for watching this video, and see you soon.